meeting to order at this time. I have asked Jason Fitzgerald to lead us in prayer. And Karen Hawkins, would you do our Pledge of Allegiance for us, please? Jason, if you will pray, please.
Dear Lord, thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for having us all here tonight. Please be with the council, mayor, and staff as they make decisions for the betterment of the future and development for this community and this city. And be with us the remainder of this week. In your name we ask this, amen.
Amen. Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, I'm going to ask that you bear with me tonight. I'm doing mine and Susan's job. Susan's knee is out again.
Oh, wow.
So, just do the roll call. Meyer?
Here.
Minor?
Here.
Harris?
Yes.
Melton?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Tyler?
Here.
Okay. First, we have the approval of the minutes. Look through those. I didn't see if you all had any questions or concerns. If not, I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I need a second, please.
I'll second.
Melton?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Minor?
Yes.
And Meyer.
Yes.
Next, you have your financials. If you don't have any questions or comments at this time, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second it.
Tyler?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Melton?
Yes.
Minor?
Yes.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the department reports, and I'm going to say right now, I know that you do not have Nick and Michael's in there. I am just going to make a comment on this, and we'll discuss that in some announcements later. But there's been, first responders in our police department have had some unique situations the last couple of weeks. Some were, I'm just gonna tell you, I don't know how they do it. But Michael and Nick are also gone with their girls. They are, if you do not know, our Ozark High School cheerleaders placed 3rd in the nation today, so they're coming home with a bronze medal. So we're very proud of that. So please understand, and if you guys want something from Michael and Nick, once they get back Wednesday, I will have him email you something. Otherwise, you've got those reports in there. And before we start with the old business, I need a motion to add an item to the agenda under new business, and it is regarding Baldor Drive temporary construction easement. So I need a motion to add that to the agenda, please.
I'll make the motion.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Minor?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Melton?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Thank you, and that will be item number F under new business. The next item is, I forgot the commission and committee reports. Angela, do you have
Yes.
one for cemetery, please?
We had a meeting Monday night, and Robert Gresham was there, and he filled us in on everything he's been doing. He's got some new books that he purchased to make record keeping easier and more organized, and he's also been working on the mapping. He did have a problem with the software, but last week he was getting someone to help him with that. I haven't talked to him since. We did have one issue with our new ordinance that started January 1st, that you couldn't have footstones over an inch tall. And we had someone put something up, and so we were gonna get that addressed, that would have to be moved. It's like probably 6 foot tall or something, it's very tall. And, let's see, we discussed the new posts and signs that we want to place at each addition, so that when you tell someone where to go, that they can find it easily. And he's already got the idea of how he wants to make those and make them weatherproof and all of that. And we do have more fencing to continue with this year, and we're gonna have to remove some trees behind the Mexican restaurant because they are right over the fence, and it would be better to take them out because they're those Bradford pears that break really easy. And so he's got the plan already of what needs to be taken out for the new fencing, so we don't disturb it.
I know one of those trees is on Bill Brockett's property. He was going to mention to him, ask him if it was okay to cut a dead tree down.
He didn't tell me that he talked to Brockett, but he did tell me he talked to Summers. Summer has some trees at her
Okay.
house, property line there that he had already talked to Gil
So I'm
about.
sure he probably had, okay.
That's
All right, thank you. Summer, policy and personnel?
Yep, so we had policy and personnel on January 28th, and I don't know, do we talk now about, so 4 things that we talked about. The retirement benefits for the city attorney, which I know we have an ordinance that we're gonna look at for that tonight. So I guess we'll go into details about that then, or?
Yes.
Okay. And then we talked about the change we had in the meal per diem that we talked about at budget, which we're also gonna do tonight. We also started discussions on simplifying the evaluation form that we're using for our city employees' annual evals. Just kind of brainstorming, getting some ideas there on making that a little more relevant to those positions. And just started discussions on the possibility of integrating a merit-based process into our city employee raises so that they're not 100% COLA-based. We've had several good suggestions that come up in that meeting, and right now we're just gonna continue researching and brainstorming those ideas to see if we find a policy that kind of meets everybody's needs.
Okay, thank you. And we will cover those two in new business. Argus, I believe you had a Parks and Rec meeting?
Yeah, we met on January 21st. We discussed, we don't have any new information on Miracle League. It's kind of just at a standstill right now. We discussed the community center. The courts were resurfaced and everything. We're not going to put tape back down right now. Brooke has bought a set of stuff to put down for pickleball. The tape is doing too much damage to the floor. They advised us, so.
I knew when I talked to the gentleman when they were over there refinishing that again, he highly suggested do not put tape on that floor. And we did, just that one time paying them, that bill was $1,800 just to resurface the floor.
Yes. But everything's available for pickleball now. They've got the stuff to lay down on the floor. Brooke got that set in. It was, when we opened back up, it was available. Teresa,
And
what?
on that, on your pickleball, I do want to add, we've offered several options. We're going back now, and I've got a message, I'm waiting on a return phone call from the people that did the one in Mulberry, the outdoor, to see a cost on taking one of our tennis courts downtown, because both of them are not being used at the same time. So we can take the lower one for a pickleball, and leave that upper one for a tennis court. So I'm hoping by next month's meeting, or for sure by your next Parks and Rec meeting, that we can have some estimates on the cost of that outdoor one.
Okay, yeah, we've mentioned that before.
Yes,
So.
that wasn't an option for the people that were inquiring about it, but we really don't have any other choices right now. Unless somebody can come up with one. If you can, please let us know.
Did you apply for a grant for one?
I'm going to wait and see the cost on it first. That was at Tracy with Wapatiti. That was her suggestion. Get an estimate on it, and then we can go from there.
Teresa White gave us an update on Ozark Pride Beautification, the work they're doing at the Overlook. They got the trees trimmed back where you can see down to the dam now. They're doing some painting. It's looking real good up there.
It does
Still
look
got a
very
lot of
good.
projects up. One other thing we did discuss, and Michael's checking in some, cost of it, is maybe putting an RV spot up there and putting an attendant up there. See what it'd cost us to kind of keep someone at the park all the time. So, and that's pretty much everything we got.
All right. Do you want to have any questions or comments for any of the committee meetings? If not, we're going to move into old business. And before I ask Ms. Hicks to come up, I want you all to remember that back in the fall, we put out an ad in the paper, ran it for 2 weeks, for people to come give us estimate on working on the Kimbrough building, and we got nothing, okay? And fortunately, she reached out to me, and after meeting with her that day, I'm going to tell y'all I could actually see light at the end of the tunnel. She had probably 6 or 8 men with her, telling them, look here, go this direction, and the woman knows what she's doing, but I did ask her to come tonight, and you will have in your, got a sheet, the extra packet, it's not in your packet, it's a handout that I had thing for you.
Yep.
And, Ms. Jan, if you will please come up to the microphone, please.
I'm stuck in my chair. And this is Tim Dowdy. Tim is my business partner of 20 years. He's an architect, project manager. He's done it all in 20 years, and we've been in business collectively for almost 40. Yes, I had contacted the mayor about the building, originally about demolition. And as we looked at it, we feel like that it is a health, safety, and welfare problem for our community because it's falling down. We think we could get it where it can be safe for the public without just rebuilding the whole thing. And we sent in a proposal to the mayor for the architecture and the drawings and the structural engineering for it. So that's what you have in your packet there. As far as our construction side, I need those drawings in order to get a solid price on getting it where it needs to be. And we've also got a soils test built in there. I'm not sure it's gonna cost $2,000, but we did put that in there because if we do try to secure the building with columns and steel structure, which is what we're gonna suggest, we'd like to know what's below us, and we're not sure about that. So if we do a soil boring test, we'll know what is under there. So our initial thought on it is steel columns and a metal roof or a membrane roof. We haven't decided yet. We just wanna do it, so we'd just like to help you guys with this and move forward in getting it secure and safe for the community and clean it up. So,
And
don't
I-
have any questions because I'm terrible at public speaking. What we do is design and build. That's what we do. So, we love the started this one so the community can see what we can perform. And I think that's key, is for them to be able to see what can happen with good design and construction. Now, we're not proposing that we go in and refinish it like we did Mike's Place, or like we did some of the buildings in Argenta. We're not proposing that, we're proposing to try to get it safe for the community.
You get a roof on it,
Yeah.
and close the back wall.
Yes, post the back wall, that appendage that's off the back, that's falling down, all that would go away. I do know that much. There's, yes, ma'am.
Somebody asked me, there's a door in there that's, Dr. Smith's door, if you look straight up, I guess it's on the top floor. Can that be saved and put like in the museum?
It was Dr. Clark. It was the
Dr.
dentist.
Clark.
It was
Okay,
Dr.
yes.
Clark.
Okay, yes, ma'am, sure can.
Great.
We've been asked that.
Yeah.
Great, okay,
Yeah.
good.
I mean, we save everything we can on these buildings, you know, and, it was proposed, and Tim kind of put his foot down on this, it was proposed that we shorten the building, we get rid of the facade, you know, how it comes up like this, get rid of that. Well, it's taken away all the historic value of that building, and so we studied it some, and we can save it, so. But I need plans so I can get a firm figure from the steel company and the roofing company, so. But that's all we would do, is put, secure it, put a roof on it, and put it in the drive. Y'all have any questions for it?
Jan, I've got one. I know that y'all, I know you've evidently done business like this before, and I know there is no way in this world you can give us even probably a good ballpark idea, but before we move forward, we'd like to have some kind of, I'd like to have some kind of an idea, you know, something to,
I mean, I don't know.
I-
It's so,
I know.
I was, you know, that's why we need to get some plans so I can get a price, you know, and, now steel is probably gonna go up.
oh, yeah, well,
But, we had talked about doing it with timber, but it's just gonna be cheaper and quicker to get it done with some columns. And we talked about 4 on each side, and then the roof, the metal roof, or a membrane roof. I mean, a membrane roof, we're at 26,000 on that.
oh, I have no
You
doubt.
know, I mean, I can tell you that just by looking at square footage. I mean, you guys could be in this for 150,000 easily. And whether you, I don't know what y'all can afford, you know.
The problem is the building don't belong to us. We can
And
fix it,
I didn't quite understand all that, so you do have a lien on it.
yeah, but
Well, we have a lien on it for whatever it costs to,
Secure it.
to make it comply with the
Health,
city
safety,
building
right,
codes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what, but
I mean,
to make it
we don't
comply,
have that
yeah.
lien, but we have the opportunity for that lien. But I mean, this has only been going on forever, and they've tried to close that
2015.
file about 6 times in the courthouse because it's been so long.
Yeah. It actually started in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Barber.
But the problem is, we're gonna have more in it than the building could ever sell for, most likely. I mean, that's just part of it.
Well, I don't know, I mean, if it's secure where somebody can buy it for 150, then, you know.
I'd be surprised if I mean, I don't know about Ozark, but I know in Paris, I've dealt with some square property, and
Yeah,
to get 150 out of that building,
well, and it may not cost that, Mr. Barm, I just really don't
no,
know.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
even so.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hold you into, I know this is an impossible task. I'm just, you know, kind of getting something out there.
If we could get, how much was our, no, how much was our?
Here, I've got one.
So our proposal was for 15,000. So, Mr. Milton, 15,000 is what will have to be spent in order for me to find out how much. If
Tim.
we could secure it for 50,000, that'd be great. And then you'd be into it for 80, but what Mr. Barnes said.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spend the 15 to find out.
You know, exactly, I understand that, I
But what
understand
Mr.
that.
Barnes is saying
filed a lawsuit. The judge granted us the right to enter the building and secure it and make it comply with the standards. And we are to file back with him. There is a provision in the statute for us to have a lien for the amount of our expenditures. Whatever it is, whether it's more than it's worth or less than it's worth.
Okay, so for it to be safe for the community, I really feel like after we do this, you put it on the market, doesn't have to be with me, it could be with anybody. And you might net some of it back. So let's say we spend $150 on it, you got $125 for it. Is it worth it to the board, $25,000
To have that hole not be in the square.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I would
And I
say
think
yes.
everybody would say it probably is worth it.
And that's kind of what you gotta look at. I love it, and what I think, save the metal ceiling, oh my lord.
I will have to tell y'all, she walked in there and looked up and she wanted the ceiling. She was very, and like I said earlier, she had a lot of good vision for it. She was very, very optimistic about it. I felt 100% better after her crew came in there.
I got a great crew, and, we can get in there and get it done. Yes, sir.
It's for Kevin. Kevin, if we put a lien on this, how long till we can actually take ownership of it?
Well, you're gonna have to foreclose the lien. Once that sum is decided upon by the council, that will be filed with the court. The court will enter an order, then presumably, the court will enter an order after that hearing, finding that it's reasonable and, creating the lien on the real estate.
I mean, we can show them the invoices and everything.
I hate to spend all that kind of money and with no guarantee the city's gonna be able to recoup anything. Cause he comes in and just pays off and the note and doesn't fix it.
No, we're gonna ask for a lien for the amount that we spend.
So he couldn't take it back unless he paid that full amount.
Well, he still owns it. He wouldn't lose, he's not gonna lose title to the property until there's a sale and foreclosure of our lien. That's the way that works.
Is he where he could,
Is that something we need to do first?
oh,
If he came in today and brought it back into script, then he wouldn't know anything.
right.
If he, but the time is up. I mean, he's not gonna do
Well,
that.
it's dangerous for the community, I
Yeah.
know that.
And it is an
it's-
eyesore.
We've had to close that back alleyway because of it.
So if we do all this, she fixes it, and he comes back and he comes and pays that full amount of money.
Then
we
it's his
s- We
property.
still have a safe property,
Exactly.
so
And it's
it's
his
not a hole
property.
in the city and.
Yeah, the city's
looks
not gonna
terrible.
own that property unless the city buys it at that sale in
Right.
the foreclosure
It sounds like it's
process.
a win either way,
Yeah.
then we don't have even if he doesn't do anything with it, it's still not a
Right.
hazard.
It's not a hazard.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Mhm.
But is that the city's job to, fix up stuff around town and?
It's the city's job to enforce its ordinances.
Right.
And
That's
to
the
make
only
sure
way you
it's
can
safe.
enforce it, other than tearing it down.
Right.
And nobody wants that because it's in the middle of the square.
Well, and, we had an issue like this in this last city I lived in, and they went, right today, they demoed 60 houses that they,
We're working on it.
We're getting there.
that, when it comes to not being safe for the community, you gotta think about that sort of thing. And,
I mean, that's the only way you have to enforce the law.
Right.
well, and what they did, just like you're doing, Mr. Barham, they paid to have them demoed, $5,000 or $6,000, and now the city owns the land. They picked up 60 lots.
Yeah.
So, I'd love this opportunity, and I'll do everything I can in my power. Y'all will see the invoices, everything, I gotta have something to go on so I can go to manufacturers and get pricing.
The point is that the mayor has contacted several engineers just to try to get drawings so we could do bidding. And that has been non-forthcoming whatsoever. I mean, this, to me, is money well spent. It's the only way you're gonna find out what the true
I agree.
cost of
I
that
agree.
is. I mean, you're gonna spend 15 to find out. That's what it boils down to.
And I will tell you, one of the engineers, he said, Roxy, I'm gonna tell you, nobody's gonna wanna mess with this building.
Yeah, it's a small enough job, number one, and the potential for liability is huge.
So we spend the money for the 15,000 for it. What's the
Then you're gonna
guarantee
get a
we're-
report saying, we need
what's
to
the
do
report?
this.
What's the guarantee we're gonna get somebody to do the job?
Well, we have
Her.
construction side.
They,
That's what I'm here for, I wanna do both.
right,
So I just don't wanna spend 15,000 and nothing get done.
I'm gonna promise you that
No,
won't
I-
happen
Well,
with her.
For 15,000, we can make a
Mhm.
educated guess on if we can ever get our money back fixing that building.
I would say it's worth the chance to take, because we've been dealing with this long enough. And I know Ms. Hicks she's lived here over a lot of her life, she's moved
Right.
back, I've known her family, she's here to stay, I feel like. And
Make
I,
anybody mad.
no, I'd really like to have somebody local doing it.
Right, for $15,000, we'll know, and we're not throwing it out the window. That
No,
money's
no.
gonna be, we'll
No,
put a
this
lien
is-
against it.
Well, this is the closest I've seen that we've come to having somebody to come in here and
Exactly.
address
It's
the
willing.
council.
And honestly, Mr. Milton, I would not be doing this if we didn't have experience.
Oh, I know
with
that.
this.
I have
Yeah,
no
we-
doubt. I
yeah,
know.
we were considered the Renaissance firm for Conway and Argenta. When we went in down there, I would walk to my car at night. You know, but now it's like the place, and I think this would be a good thing for all.
They have a very good reputation in Conway too, I might add. At the municipal league, I spoke with some people, so thank you.
We've not had anybody offer to come
No.
and offer
Right.
services like you're trying to provide, so I think we need to go with it.
I think
Is that
it's a
in the
good
form of a
idea.
motion?
We have to do something.
Okay, I'll make a motion to use, this HDMS and Standard GIS Associates to provide the estimate for $15,200. Whatever else you want to put on the motion.
Good enough on that. I need a second.
I second that.
We all do.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Meeker,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
For that. Okay, thank you guys, because I'm telling you, that is, you all do not know, every time the emergency sirens go off, I have a fear. And the other night, I'm scrolling through Facebook, and here's someone that has let a senior go there, and he's standing on those bricks with a senior picture, and I just,
Oh my God.
oh, yeah, see? I was not happy, but couldn't do anything about it. So, next is our resolution 2025-1 for the supporting of the coalition. You've got that handout. Like I said, it's 2025-1. I need a motion to read.
Motion to read.
Second.
Harris,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Ozark, Arkansas, a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Opposing the Construction of a Prison Facility in Franklin County, Arkansas." Whereas the state of Arkansas announced a plan to build a 3,000-bed prison facility in rural Franklin County. Whereas the City of Ozark, or City Council of the City of Ozark believes the existing infrastructure of roads, water, and sewer are drastically insufficient to support such a massive facility. And whereas the City Council of the City of Ozark believes that a planned penitentiary will put a great and severe strain on the budget of the City of Ozark as to police, fire, and fire protection and water services in the area, will adversely affect the residents and the communities in Franklin County. Now therefore it is further resolved, Section 1, City Council of the City of Ozark opposes the proposed penitentiary development action and requests the state of Arkansas, the governor, and the agency involved reconsider the decision.
Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Minor,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yeah.
Hyler.
Yes.
Third item on the agenda is cards update. Mr. Fitzgerald, you have the floor.
Mayor, council.
Turn him down, please.
I can talk real loud. You don't have to turn it on. So tonight, I've put in front of you kind of what we discussed in the committee meeting regarding changing some of the rates that we discussed, leaving the tonnage rate the same, but then adjusting the trailer rate, the truck bed rate, and then the back rate to the rates that you see before you. Presenting option one, which is to agree to rates adjusted by the committee, or through the committee meeting, posted on this rate sheet. Limit the hours to just Friday and Saturday only, and suspend the $2,000 rent payment per month until changes are made on the building. Option two would be make an addendum to the current contract to remove the transfer station operating agreement from the current curbside residential industrial waste recycling contract.
Open for questions. Discussion, please.
I'm going to speak here a little bit, and I apologize, I was really sick in that meeting. You couldn't even keep a straight thought that night. It was bad. I guess my question is to Mr. Barham on this. He's wanting to suspend the $2,000 rent, and in order to do that, we'd have to have his permission to ever reinstate it, wouldn't we?
I don't think so. I think the council can vote to suspend it and then to unsuspend it. I mean, it's in the agreement.
Okay, so that's,
And you can forego it by your action, and you can unforgo it by the same action.
okay,
You can vote to suspend it and to reinstate it. And providing that the suspending of it is not a waiver as to it, that it's a temporary measure being taken in consideration of what you're doing.
okay.
I don't know why they're even paying rent on it. I mean, if they're losing money and paying rent, I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. If they're good enough to operate it, they ought to just be able to operate it. I mean, we don't want to operate it. The city doesn't want the personnel and the problems and the upkeep, associated with it.
Okay, that was my big question.
Yes, I think you can suspend or unsuspend.
I just didn't want us to do something we couldn't undo.
And provide that it's not a waiver of it completely, it's a temporary measure.
Jason, this is something that I had not thought to ask you. If you do limit the hours on Friday and Saturday, is that going to affect our fall and spring cleanup in any way? Okay. Because that will just limit the people to come 2 days if they have to bring it out there.
As far as we're doing curbside cleanup now anyway, so most of the majority of the cleanup that happens during that time when people come to the transfer stations mostly drive on the weekend
Okay,
when people are home,
okay.
if they come out.
Have any more questions or
Is this gonna
comments?
cause the man that works there to not just have a part-time job now?
No, we've got things for politics.
Oh, okay.
My question is, if we're going to entertain the thought of suspending the rent for 2,000, what's the point of limiting the hours in? We're giving you a $2,000 break. Why are we not keeping it open for the public like it is?
As discussed in our previous meetings, it's all part of the equation.
But you made the statement, if I recall, that the transfer station doesn't benefit you really, does it?
What's that?
Is the transfer station benefiting you?
Not at all. No.
Because you said it wasn't really benefiting you in the meeting of the night.
It does not benefit us to operate it.
You're losing you're losing 30 grand.
Quite a bit.
I mean, you gotta consider the personnel at 15 or 20 bucks an hour to sit out there and take care of it. I mean, that's a lot. just in and of itself.
Well, I was approached by somebody that wants to take over the transfer station. Whether they're viable or not, who knows? But they called me and talked for 2 hours.
Well, we went over all this at our meeting the other night. I think all council members were there, except Lauren. And I know, he was, I agree, Charlie, he sat way away from us, you know. He was really sick that night, I understand. And, you know, the ones that were there, and I think what he's proposing now, I think it's fair.
I do too. I feel like
With
it's what we
option
talked
one.
about the other
With
night.
option one, I think it's fair. I don't think we want to lose that option at all, and that's what option two is. So I'm recommending we go with his proposed option number one.
I do as well.
We need to do that in one motion, or?
I just did that, so. But you made the motion and you second?
Yes.
Is that okay with that? Okay, Meeker,
Yes.
Milton,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Tyler,
No.
Minor,
Yes.
Meyer.
No.
Jason, when will this, as far as the hours, when will that go into effect?
Effective next week, we'll post, and we'll post.
Okay. Brooke, will you make a note to put that on our Facebook page too, please?
And we'll post, under sign too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Jason, I still think we need to fix that building up for you, and we'll probably have another meeting on that or something. If
Yeah,
there's
that's fine.
anything specific you'd like different, maybe we could accommodate, but no guarantees.
Wouldn't mind at all meeting you out there to kind of look through it, see what needs to be taken care of.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, under new business, item A is ordinance 2025-3. And this is in regards to what Summer was talking about earlier. Kevin's retirement. And just before we start on this, on the words retirement, unfortunately, Facebook does what it does best, or some of the helpers. Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback. Thank you. If you are aware of that, if not, I'll just tell you anyway, what is on our budget for the year where it says mayor/city clerk, that is not mine and that is not Susan's. I wish people would ask before they assume, but that is two former mayors, which one of them is Vernon and the other is Carol Sneed. And the city clerk is Sonia Evel, and those are state law requirements. Okay, can't get around that. So, just want to clear that up so everybody knows that I'm not drawing retirement.
I don't think, was this handed out separately?
No,
No,
it should have been
it's in the middle of your packet.
Oh, it's at the big packet?
It's like
It's in the
it's
middle.
like third,
Sorry.
like in,
It's
in about that section
behind
right
the
there.
police report.
Somewhere
Oh,
back in
okay.
there.
Did you have it?
Police.
It's in the middle of this big,
Okay, here it is.
I'm sure.
like right in the middle of the
I had to
financials.
really
It's in a
look
weird
to
spot.
Cause I got here and I thought, oh, no, I don't have that.
There we go. That's the one, the important one.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's
I
just,
thought it was important.
it's kind of in a
I
weird
didn't
spot.
have the statute either.
Okay.
It's after the final numbers of the budget.
Right behind the police report.
And
See
right,
where it says police report.
and right before the, whatever this sheet is.
The mill deal.
Per diem. Right before the per diem and right yeah, you're getting close.
Getting close, I'm just slow.
There you go.
There you go.
I saw it, I saw it, there it is. There we go. All right.
I lost mine looking for yours, Jerry.
I need a motion to read.
Make a motion to read.
A second.
Meeker,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Do you want this?
Yes, I'll read it. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Ozark, Arkansas, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance providing for the council's approval of retirement benefits for the city attorney in accordance with Arkansas Code annotated 24-12-120, whereas the City of Ozark Policy and Personnel Committee met for its monthly meeting on Tuesday, January 28, 2025, and considered the request of the city attorney for approval of retirement benefits for the city attorney in accordance with ACA 24-12-120, and the committee considered the statements and observations of the committee members and elected to recommend passage of an ordinance by the city council approving such retirement benefits. Now therefore be it ordained, Section 1, pursuant to provisions of Arkansas Code annotated 24-12-120, retirement benefits are approved for the city attorney upon fulfillment of the statutory requirements, therefore, the same being service as city attorney for a period of 10 years or more and attainment of at least the age of 60 years.
Need a motion to dispense with second and third reading and read by title only.
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
Meyer,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
An ordinance providing for the council's approval of retirement benefits for the city attorney in accordance with ACA 24-12-120. An ordinance providing for the council's approval of retirement benefits for the city attorney in accordance with ACA 24-12-120.
Need a motion for approval or open for discussion.
I'm assuming this is like the rest of the elected officials, it's half your pay, am I correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yes, it is.
Just like the rest of the elected officials have to pay?
Yes.
Okay. I
And if
guess-
y'all wanted to discuss this without me, you're more than
No,
welcome.
I
You
don't,
can go
I
into
don't really have a big problem with it. The
executive
committee,
session.
what was said in the committee, that's all my questions, I didn't go to that meeting.
That we would recommend it, that,
Okay.
yeah.
I
I'll make a
generally go
motion.
with the committee's recommendations.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Meyer,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Next is the travel expense per diem reimbursement change. I know I asked during the budget meeting, we all know that things have gone up, and I will tell you that it's we have very few of these breakfast, meal, and dinner tickets, because most of the time, when people go to these conferences, they do have meals provided. But I know there are some cases with, the water department where they do have to, and I've had a few as well. But, I'm asking that you increase, there it is, the breakfast to 15, lunch to 20, and dinner to 25. So that is what the per diem sheet looks like there in front of you. That mileage at 70 cents, that is state, and the council voted several years ago to always follow whatever the state mileage reimbursement is. So do I have a motion to,
I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll second it.
Melton,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
You all were given the water and sewer audit a couple of months ago. We did not approve it, so I just needed for the minutes that you all did look at that, and it has been approved. I'm gonna go ahead and have a motion for
I'll
that.
make a motion
Please.
to approve it.
I'll second.
No, we went back and we unfortunately didn't. Tyler,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2025-2, adjusting the city budget to actual. That will be what we handed out. You have that.
Did you retype that? Or did you have it done before I sent mine over?
No, Sherry did because it had City of Paris.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, we
I'm on
redid it. and
Paris
sent
for
it to you.
today, yeah.
I just was zipping along and wrote Paris and said Ozark,
No, you
sorry.
like this.
My typo.
Hey, it's all good. I need a motion to read, please.
Make a motion to read.
Second.
Tyler,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Minor.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Ozark, Arkansas, a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Adopting Amendments to the 2024 Budget for the City of Ozark, Arkansas." Section 1, the 2024 City of Ozark budget final figures presented to the City Council for the attached addendum are hereby adopted, approved, and ratified as amendments to the 2024 budget for the City of Ozark, thereby reconciling the same.
And I will tell you that attached is in your packet. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I need a second.
Second.
Harris,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Okay, next is the resolution for 2025-3, adjusting the water department budget to actual. I need a motion to read.
Make a motion to read. I'll second it.
Meeker,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Meyer.
Yes.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Ozark, Arkansas, a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Adopting Amendments to the 2024 Budget for the Water Department, City of Ozark, Arkansas." Section 1, 2024 City of Ozark Water Department Budget. Final figures presented to the council per the attached addendum are hereby adopted, approved, and ratified as amendments to the 2024 Water Department budget for the City of Ozark, thereby reconciling the same.
I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second, please.
I'll second.
Meyer,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Meeker.
Yes.
All right. The addition that we added on is the Valdor easement. That is ordinance number 25-4. And I need a motion to read.
So moved.
I need a second, please.
I'll second it.
Meeker,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pardon me. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Ozark, Arkansas, an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Authorizing the Mayor to Execute a Release of Temporary Construction Easement on Baldor Drive." Whereas the City of Ozark was granted a temporary construction easement by instrument dated October 20th, 1994 for construction of a water, sewer, and road improvements adjacent to Baldor Drive in the City of Ozark. The same being recorded in record book, it should be book, not box, 23 at page 385 and 386 in the records of the ex officio recorder for Franklin County. And whereas by its terms, the temporary construction easement provides by its terms that the easement shall terminate when the improvement construction has been completed. And whereas attorneys for Baldor Inc. insist upon the actual written release of the 41-year-old temporary construction easement, now therefore the City Council, Section 1, authorizes the mayor to execute and deliver a release of temporary construction easement granted in the instrument above described. That pretty much lays it out for you. It's kind of silly that they want that
It-
for a 31-year-old easement.
30-40.
That's the construction of which has been terminated many, many, many moons ago. But they want it legal, they're gonna make it a legal requirement for the closing of a transaction up there. So in order to facilitate that transaction, we're doing this, so.
You know how attorneys are.
I tried to express that,
He
Ms.
tried, I
May,
promise you, he did.
in my action here, in my drafting.
He did. I need a motion to dispense with second and third reading and read by title only.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Meeker,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Minor,
Yes.
Hyler,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Milton.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a release of temporary construction easement on Baldor Drive. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a release of temporary construction easement on Baldor Drive.
Need a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Hyler,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Milton,
Yes.
Meyer,
Yes.
Meeker,
Yes.
and Minor.
Yes.
Do you want that release now? And I'll get it to you. Or you want to email it to you?
Email it to me, that was on.
I figure you might not lose it.
It's not mine.
You're anything like me.
Yes, you know, I've had to do that too today. Okay, it's February and it is time for municipal league guidelines for the state of the city. The city began 2024 with a stable foundation due to the work of city administration, department heads, their employees, and the work of the city council. Several projects within each department have been completed, as well as many goals for current upcoming developments. In the Ozark Water and Sewer Department, all the hydrants have been flushed, sludge removed from the water treatment plant, backwash ponds, and west tank fence has also been upgraded. There have been upgrades completed on meter reading system. The sewer line has been extended on Hively Loop. We've updated the lead service line inventory, and 3 of our operators have received the next level water and wastewater license from the state of Arkansas. For 25, the water department is striving to make improvements to all master meters, water treatment plant filters, west tank, Hellberg, and east tank valve vaults, Love's lift station, and the bar screen at the wastewater treatment plant. In the Ozark Street Department, North 29th Street Bridge project was completed. Paving on North 36th and North 14th Street was completed. The sidewalk project from the roundabout has been started. I'm gonna add in there, if y'all have not been out there, please drive by there. And there are going to be lights added there as well. I didn't get that in there, it just dawned on me. In addition to a new section of the fence being added at the cemetery, the covered pavilion with permanent seating was also completed. For 2025, the street department will be working to repave some streets, an additional section of the cemetery fencing, rubber mulch in the playground at the east end part, and completing a lighting project along the new sidewalk around the roundabout. The Ozark Community Center completed the opening of their fitness center and has had very successful summer celebration activities. The center provided a back-to-school bash in conjunction with the Ozark Fire and Police Department and local area churches. In the fall, we held a pumpkin decorating contest and assisted with letters to Santa. The center continues to grow the number of memberships and rentals. The installation of the food truck hookups were also completed. Our center director graduated from the Community Development Institution in Conway. Ozark Police Department, as well as the Fire Department, spent a lot of time and effort in developing the City Cleanup Ordinance 2020-8 and inspection codes. These were used to clean up different properties within the city. The ordinance will be enforced and going forward. They also have very successful community involvement this year. They were included in the 2 fun days at the community center, as well as Scare on the Square and Shop with a Cop. Their visibility in the community is vitally important for our communication with our residents. The department also had 56 different training for law enforcement agency right here in this very room. goals for this year are to work on enforcing ordinance 2020-8 to get the residents and businesses to display address numbers for emergency purposes. This will also help with, I'm just gonna add this in here, we've had a couple of the EMS workers ask us to please make sure that those are done, because they ended up a couple of times that a few minutes could make a difference. So just wanted to insert that there. They will continue to work on abandoned houses in the area to get those cleaned up. The department will be hiring 2 additional officers and continue to work diligently enforcing our ordinances and our laws. We were fortunate in 2024 to have Jordan's Convenience Store open this year. This brings a total of businesses in Ozark to 224. Looking forward into 2025, the Community Food Bank will be opening in the near future. This was provided by a grant from Wapatiti. We are anticipating the West Side Park grant to be completed this year. This will be upgrading the restrooms, playground equipment near the existing splash pad. Working together is the only way to accomplish our goals and continue our progress. I look forward to working together with our community leaders to make these goals happen for 2025. We have no public input. And under announcements, again, I want to say congratulations to the Ozark High School cheer team for bringing home a bronze medal. We need to have a rally when they come back in, because that is a huge accomplishment. If you followed them on Facebook, yeah, they may have had a little fun, but they also worked. It would have been fun to ask Michael Brasso, by the way, that's why he's not here. That is one dad that's not a big cheer dad, but he had a good time. He did, whether he'll admit it or not. Both the fire and police department and first responders have dealt with some difficult accidents and issues this past few weeks, more than normal. If you see these guys out, please thank them for the job that they do. Spring cleanup will be April the 7th through the 12th, and be watching for more details. Ozark Pride and Beautification will kick off the cleanup on April the 5th from 9 to noon, and make plans to help clean up your city. I would highly encourage our council members, officers, city employees, let's help Pride and Beautification, because they give a lot to what they're doing, and we need to support them. Unfortunately for this year, we have already had 10 businesses close: Command Radiology, Heathens, Misfit Daycare, Radiology Professional Management, Rick's Gun and Pond, Rivertown Barbecue, River Valley Daycare, Shelby's Medical, Southwest X-Ray, and the White Forest Boutique. Guys, I forgot one, unfortunately, the Spectator. So that was 11, my fault. We have had 5 new businesses open since January the 2nd. Desert Fox Tactical, Shirley's Tax Service, Lucky's Mini Donuts, Intervision Radiology, and Radiology Management. We still have 31 businesses that have not paid their 2025 licenses. Second notices were sent out February the 6th, and I will not right now relinquish those businesses. I've got faith they're gonna get them done. So if nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn, please.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
Harris?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Minor?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Melton?
Yes.
Guys, thank y'all for being patient with me for doing both.